All right, today we got ourselves one of the craziest matchups in the multiverse. Superman from the new movie versus Doctor Freakin Doom. Two absolute monsters in their own right, but they could not be more different. Because one is a literal symbol of hope, and the other, the walking embodiment of I am inevitable before Thanos even thought about it. A being powered by sunlight against a dictator fueled by an ego that could legit give Kanye West some competition. So, grab your snacks and lock in, and let's dive into this chaotic collision of cosmic proportions. Now, let's start off with Superman. This guy needs no introduction. I think everyone knows who Superman is at this point. But the new DCU Superman is more of a modern version that blends optimism with the classic heroism that we know and love. Unlike previous, darker versions, this Superman embraces hope, kindness, and moral clarity. He is being shaped not only as a symbol of power, but as a beacon of hope, aiming to bridge the gap between his alien origins and his human upbringing. In other words, this guy is not just some alien savior like in the DCEU. While he's not quite the all-powerful being like in the Snyderverse, this version of Superman still packs a serious punch. Because right in the beginning of the movie, the writers waste no time showing us how powerful he really is. This dude was able to take down a kaiju monster. I don't think I need to get into how impressive that is. It is so massive that it causes entire earthquakes just by walking, powerful enough to destroy entire cities without so much as lifting a finger. But Superman took this thing down and barely even broke a sweat. And he didn't even have to put in all his time and focus into the fight either. Half the time, he was just rescuing civilians, which just highlights that this massive kaiju wasn't even a challenge for him. Bro really fought a Godzilla clone on Do Not Disturb mode. At one point, he even flings a water tower so hard that it literally explodes on impact. This guy is able to lift entire buildings and even break through concrete like it's nothing. But perhaps more impressively, we see him take down Ultraman, who's said to be as strong or even stronger than himself. Just imagine a Superman clone decked out in the toughest armor on Earth. But it's not just his raw physical strength that makes him OP. In one of his most iconic scenes in the movie, he was able to straight up vaporize an army of soldiers just using his heat vision, easily giving him elite tier attack potency and destructive capacity. In terms of durability, it's arguably even crazier. Remember the kaiju from before? Well, turns out this thing can breathe fire, because why not? And he straight up shoots his fire straight at him, engulfing Superman and the surrounding buildings in flames. Does that keep him down? Well, no, obviously not. In fact, he doesn't even flinch. He took direct hits from Ultraman. Again, someone who possesses the same crazy strength that Superman does. He has even survived being stomped on by the kaiju. Like, imagine being stepped on by a skyscraper-sized lizard on steroids and just saying, "Nah, I'm good." Yeah, that's peak aura farming right there. To barely even acknowledge the multi-ton behemoth trying to squish you into oblivion. But one of his most overlooked feats was when he straight up nosedived all the way from space. Yeah, this dude literally dive bombs from orbit and then hits the ground at full speed like a meteor. And apparently he can even resist the pull of a black hole. And according to this high IQ dude in my comments, this is a 4-dimensional black hole. In English, this basically means that this thing is a special type of black hole, one that can destroy the whole universe. If this is true, it would make him a universal level tank. So yeah, next level strength and durability for sure. But he's not just strong, he is also ridiculously fast. He can fly up to space in a matter of minutes, giving him massively hypersonic speed. And according to the lore, he's even capable of processing and reacting to events in microseconds. He can outrun explosions and can even fly all the way from Metropolis to Antarctica in seconds. And of course, there's his heat vision, which shoots out rays of light that can go as fast as, well, the speed of light. Shocking, I know. He goes so fast that these movies can't even show us his actual speed. Like, just think about it. If they actually filmed him going at hypersonic level quickness, then we wouldn't even be able to perceive him with the naked eye. Basically, it would be like trying to film a TikTok in 0.2 speed. Bro would look like a glitch. But as impressive as these feats are, we have got to remember that this is Superman we're talking about. This guy holds back his strength so much that the craziness we see on screen could amount to as little as 1% of his true power. The only time we have ever really seen him lock in was with Ultraman. But even then, he couldn't really unleash the full extent of his abilities because doing so could very well destroy the entire planet. In other words, this right here is Superman on tutorial mode, and he's still out there soloing raid bosses. So whatever we see in the movie, just know that in all likelihood, he is far, far stronger. Now let's move over to the man who literally named himself after despair. Like, I'm sorry, but imagine being so dramatic that you wake up one morning and decide your branding is gonna be Doom. That's your boy Victor for you, and honestly, it fits. I like to play chess in my free time, so let me put it this way. This is the type of guy who would just crash a chess tournament in full armor and call checkmate after like 2 moves before declaring himself ruler of the entire game. And unlike most villains, Doom can back it up. First, raw power. In his normal, base form, Doom is sitting pretty comfortably at planet-level attack potency. Yeah, I mean this menace could low-key destroy a whole planet, or even more if he wanted to. More on that later. We've seen him trade blows with the Thing, match Iron Man's toughest armor, and he tends to have a knack for treating world-ending battles like casual sparring sessions. And that's just a warm-up, because when Doom taps into his sorcery, we're talking large planet and beyond here. This man has casually blocked the combined might of his own Doom bots with magic before erasing them in a flex move that screams main character syndrome. He's one-shot Blue Marvel, absorbed Silver Surfer's power, and straight up disrespected Asgardian forces like their group chats he left on Red. I'm not even kidding, this dude straight up drained all of Thor's power. It's wild. And if he's had time to prepare, forget it. At that point, Doom starts collecting cosmic power-ups like a speedrunner. Galactus, the Watcher, Scarlet Witch, even Beyonder himself, the literal god of the multiverse. Doom has legit yoinked all their superpowers. And guys, I promise you I am not making this up. Doom at one point destroyed a whole universe. I'm sorry, I can't even. Because someone said his suit looked dumb. Yeah, be careful what you guys say about this dude's drip, because you might just find yourself getting Thanos snapped before it was even a thing. Durability-wise, again, it's insane. Thanks to the armor, Doom can survive planet-level punishment, eating hits from the Thing and still having enough energy to trash talk. His force fields crank things up even further, blocking up to 99.9% of kinetic energy, which basically turns Thor's hammer into a bat made out of foam. And with magic defenses, Doom can shrug off Wolverine's claws and tank blast from cosmic beings. At his absolute peak, Doom's force fields held off celestial-level strikes for like half an hour. Imagine surviving 4 gods punching you at once and still being butthurt about Reed Richards not liking your latest invention. Because again, that's just Doom in a nutshell. Speed is another factor. At his base form, he's relativistic at least. Strong emphasis on the word at least, because he's traded blows with Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman. But when magic gets involved, forget it. He hits infinite speed scaling, operating alongside Doctor Strange and keeping up with beings like Mephisto. If Superman is faster than a speeding bullet, Doom is faster than your internet provider cutting off service the second you miss a bill. And just to rub salt in the wound, His armor and tech let him extend his range across entire planets, teleport to different star systems, or just spam energy blasts over light years of distance. But let's be honest, the scariest thing about Doom isn't his strength or speed, it's his brain. This man is a super genius on a scale that breaks categories. Reed Richards might be his eternal rival, but even Loki admits Doom's intelligence is terrifying. He builds tech more advanced than Iron Man as a side hobby. He knows spells Strange hasn't even seen before. This guy can reprogram Ultron, created his own cosmic cubes, and has a mystic library older than civilization itself. He's mastered vibranium better than Wakanda, hijacked time machines, and trained under cosmic beings for centuries. No cap, this dude did not just do his homework. He straight up hacked the teacher's grading system. He doesn't just plan in advance. He plans so far ahead that when you think you've beaten him, he reveals that you've only been fighting a Doom bot while the actual guy is sipping wine in Latveria. His arrogance is his only weakness. But honestly, when you're that cracked, arrogance feels earned. So, who wins when you put these juggernauts toe-to-toe? Well, on paper, Doom has pretty much every single advantage that you can think of. Because I'm gonna be real with y'all, depending on the version you're looking at, he can scale anywhere from planet to galaxy level and even incomprehensible outer-versal territory. So basically infinite power. His durability is ridiculous. His force shields are utterly cracked, and his speed with magic just makes him a walking headache. Add in super intelligence and prep time that outshines every single Batman meme on the internet, and Superman gets cooked harder than Neon if he ever went on Tinder. But here's the one thing Superman has over Doom: consistency. He is the guy who does stuff like lift skyscrapers, fight Avenger-level threats, and shrug off being knocked around across continents, but on the regular. And while Doom is all about that prep time, let's be real here, this is a straight fight. No months of tinkering in Latveria, no magic power shopping spree, just two universal titans throwing hands, or in this case, planets. You see, the strongest versions of Doom could pretty confidently beat Superman in the fight. There's no doubt about that. But Superman could dog walk the weakest versions of Doom. You see, Doom's biggest issue is that his powers spike up and down. All the time. Sometimes he's out there yoinking the Beyonder's juice, and other times he's just another armored dude with a superiority complex. But Superman just doesn't fluctuate like that. He's always bringing the same ridiculous durability, the same hypersonic speed, the same ability to dish out multi-city block attacks for hours. Don't get me wrong, this armor is tough. But when you're eating thousands upon thousands of strikes, one after the other, delivered faster than your force field can even reset, that 1% adds up pretty damn quick if you know what I mean. Basically, it'll take a while, but Supes will eventually overpower him with repeated blows. His armor will eventually give. But while Doom is undeniably smarter, Superman is battle smart. He knows how to scan the battlefield, neutralize tech, and use his speed and strength in ways that keep him one step ahead. I mean, how do you think he defeated the bald rage baiter himself? If he can somehow overcome this, it's not out of the question at all. So at the end of the day, this is a classic battle between an unstoppable force versus the immovable ego. Doom is terrifying, no doubt, but Superman's consistency, his stamina, and his raw physicality give him the edge in a head-on clash. Doom might rule the world, but Superman defends universes. And in this fight, that's what gives him the W. But anyway, that's just my take. Let me know, or feel free to ratio me in the comments.